This is an embodiment practice to open up the lower body, to open up the hips, and to bring fluidity into this part of the body that is generally tense and tight and sometimes numb or disconnected from. So if you want to take a few moments to stretch out your legs and your hips before we begin, then please do so, especially if you're doing this practice early in the morning. And if you're ready to begin now, then take a comfortable seat. Anchor yourself down into whatever you are resting on. And from that rooting down of your lower body, feel your upper body grow and get light. With a long spine, take a few deep breaths. Bring your hands to your heart. Bow your head in reverence and mentally give yourself this time to practice. This time just for you. Bring your hands to your breasts, to your chest. Inhale deeply here and exhale, slide your hands down to your womb. Inhale, take the hands out, lengthen the arms, reach them in front of you, and bring the hands back to the breasts. Inhale and exhale. Draw the hands down on the exhale. Inhale. Exhale, draw the arms out. Pull the hands back in, rest them on the heart. Inhale into the heart. Exhale down into the womb. Let your hands guide the way. Inhale, arms out, creating a little container for yourself. Bring the hands back to the heart. Inhale. Exhale, hands move down to the womb. Inhale, arms come up and out. And draw back in. Deep breath in. Exhale, slide the hands down. Arms move out. Hands stay in Shakti Mudra until they rest back on your heart. Inhale to the heart, exhale to the womb. And then keep your hands on the womb space here and breathe into the hands and the low belly. Release your hands and bring the soles of your feet onto the floor and lift and lower the knees. Keep the chest and shoulders open, shoulders back, hands on the floor to support you. And then drop both knees over to the right. With the support of the hands, go to the left. Right, lift the heart, and left. Stretch the front body, lift the heart. Change and change. And start to feel that you're already connecting with your body. Now this time over to the right, lift the hips up off the floor as you lean into the right hand. Exhale to come down and change sides. Inhale, sweep the right arm up, lift the hips and buttocks off the ground. Open the heart, exhale to come down. Take hold of the inner edges of your ankles with your hands. Exhale, press into the back of the heart. Inhale, roll your shoulders back, send your heart forward. Exhale, hollow out your back body. come forward and back. Feel that rhythm in your own body. And now begin to open the knees to the side as you come forward. As you exhale, draw the knees back together. Inhale, heart forward, knees down. Exhale, round and hollow out. And find your rhythm here. Engaging the heart, engaging the womb, establishing the connection between heart and womb in this breath practice, this movement practice. And then release your hands and come to stand. I want you to shake out the whole body. Shake out the legs, shake out the hands, shake the head. Bounce up and down so you feel your hips moving, you feel your muscles jiggle, you feel all of your body reverberate. Move and shake and shake, 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 shake it out. Good. And then reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, deep bend in the knees, lower the chest to the thighs. Inhale, reach the arms up, lengthen the front body. Exhale, drop down. One more time. Inhale, lengthen, get tall, and exhale, surrender to the floor, to the ground. Bring both hands in Shakti Mudra over the womb. And place your feet hip distance apart. Take your hip to the right. Press your butt back. Hips to the left. Press forward. Right. Back. Left. Forward. So you're touching the four corners of the pelvis. And now I want you to smooth that out in the motion of a circle. Keep a generous bend in the knees. This is always important as you do hip circles. But find your flow in this one direction, tracing the outline of a circle with your hips. You could even think of yourself as having a pencil extending down from the tail, your tailbone. So you're drawing out a circle. And now change directions. Find the four corners one more time. Touch on all four corners slowly. And then once you've found the four corners with the bend in your knees, hip circles. And if you want to add a little bit of juice to this practice to feel a little bit more sensual, I invite you to breathe through the mouth. Keep the mouth open and focus on how the breath feels in and out through the mouth as you move the hips in this way. Then release the hip circles, shake that out to release the legs and thighs and front body. Take the feet quite wide here, and we're going to take some very wide hip circles. So find the four corners, again through the pelvis, to the right. Back legs are straight to the left. Left knee is bent. To the front, both knees are bent. And then smooth that action out. Bending into the knees really generously, only straightening the legs when the butt goes back. Find this movement in your hips. And then once you've found the movement in your hips and you can feel connected to this movement, then begin to move the arms. Opening the arms as the front body comes forward and drawing the arms in as you bend the legs and stand up tall. And then change sides. Left, back, right, front. Left leg bends, legs straight, right knee bends, both knees bent. Smooth that out. A wide, generous circle with the hips. Feel this feminine flow, a feminine energy of the hips in this motion. The circle is a symbol of the feminine. Can you feel connected to your body, connected to your pelvis and your hips? And maybe you add in the arm movements here only if it brings the benefit of more connection. And if it doesn't, then there's no need to do that. You can keep your hands on your womb space. Full, wide, long, juicy circles through the hips. And then release that. Come to stand. Put your hands somewhere on your body. And when you feel ready, hands to your womb space, bring the feet close together. And now the hip circles are going to be really tiny. So again, find the four corners, right, back, left, front. And once you've found those corners, then smooth that out. And for this particular position of the legs, keep the knees very, very bent. Bent knees, soft hips. And notice if there's other places in the body that you can soften, like the jaw or the shoulders. Keeping everything soft as much as possible. Change direction. Tiny circles with the hips. So now that imaginary pencil shooting down from the tailbone is drawing small little circles instead of big ones. Release that. And then feet hip distance apart. Turn your hips on an angle. Press the hips forward, draw the hips back. Slide to the opposite direction and draw the hips back. So one hip leads at a time as you trace an 8 with the hips. Generous bend in the knees to create more front body and hip flexor freedom. Continue to trace the figure 8. Moving at your own rhythm, the rhythm that provides maximum connection. Maximum self-acceptance. Pause and feel. Do you feel connected to your body? Are these movements allowing you more intimacy with what you're feeling? And again, figure eights. And as much as possible, release the form, release the need to do this in any certain way, and let your body take over. These movements are ancient in our female lineages. They began as rituals for giving birth. Your body knows how to move in this way. So no matter what it might look like, find a sense of it feeling right for you. And then bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly, and begin to undulate with the pelvis. So you're tilting the pelvis back, up, and forward. Now the circle is no longer parallel to the ground. The circle that you're making is a circle from the side hip. And then change so you're drawing that pelvic tilt back, up and back, up and back. Make sure there's no tension at all in the low back, no pain in the low back. And enjoy that movement. When you've finished, shake it out. Come down onto the floor. Take a seated posture. And now that the hips are more open, connect with the earth and find fluid, circular motion through the hips. Allow that motion to move through the torso, the chest, the shoulders, the neck, and the head. Locating the organic intelligence of movement within you. So it doesn't matter how or what is happening, it matters how it feels. Follow the juiciness, follow the felt sense of yum. And then come down onto your back. The final practice is to bring energy and awareness to the womb and ground, really ground before we end. Breathe with your hands over your womb. Relax your low back with the soles of your feet on the floor. Inhale and take the arms up overhead. Exhale, feel the air in between your fingertips. Place the hands on the womb. And move the hands up. Exhale the hands down, lightly caressing the air around you. Inhale. And exhale. Lift your hips off of the ground. Exhale, the hips move up. Inhale, the hips move down. Exhale to lift. Make sure the shoulders are supported and the chin is slightly tucked as you press the back of the head down into the floor for support. Exhale, hips lift. Inhale, buttocks, hips soften. Then take the arms up overhead and lift the hips into the sky. At the bottom of the exhale, draw up and in through the pelvic floor, bringing awareness and activation into the pelvis, into the womb, into the vagina. Hold here for as long as is comfortable. If you feel any pain, please come down. And then exhale, feeling that the womb space has been restored and nourished. Place one hand on your heart, one hand on your womb. Take the knees out to either side in butterfly position. Breathe deeply. Let yourself relax into the support of the ground. Take your hips slightly to the left, let your knees fall over to the right. Turn your gaze towards the left hand. A supine twist to close, which should feel really good on the low back after all of these practices. Shift your hips just slightly beyond center to the right. Let your knees fall to the left. Open the arms and look to the right hand. Roll over onto your side. Find your seat. Bring your hands to your heart in gratitude. Show yourself reverence for taking the time to do this practice today.